I'm Elisa Mortensen, and this is Undo Redo.
Hello, people that I love, people that love to undo drama and redo with calm connection. Let's have some more peace in our interactions. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about what it looks like when you're not feeling like it. There are days where we just don't feel like it. We're not having it. We're just done. Pardon me, I'm working on my microphone issues a little bit and a camera that went out, so I'm using a different camera today. Last time I used it, I had a super close up, so hopefully today it's not too close up if you're on YouTube watching. But I want to talk about how you're not feeling it, but you need to show up. You need to show up for yourself and you need to show up for other people. Most days we don't know how to navigate in a way that keeps us engaged and not completely shut down. I hear a lot of complaining, even from my own brain, that shuts me down. I am a victim, and everything around me is causing all of my pain, all the disconnect. I'm not part of the problem at all. I'm the one that's at the effect of the problem, right? But we know, if you've been listening to me and following me for a while, that the disconnect is us and some of our unalignment, or we're misaligned and disconnected somehow, and that we are the ones perpetuating the problems that we have the most. And I want to talk about why we think we need motivation in order to show up in the ways that we need to with our homes and our families and our careers. Why do we feel like I just am not motivated today? I'm not motivated. I'm just going to wait till I'm motivated to do that. Because there's an actual process of how you can learn to be in it and still doing it, even if you're not feeling super amazing, even if you're not feeling motivated. This is literally the number one thing that is complained about my clients, is this need to find motivation. Like, where is our motivation? We want to believe that we are in control. Truth is, we want to believe that we are the ones making sure things happen and that we can manage our lives and oversee the people that we need to and get the tasks done that we're in charge of. And our responsibilities don't get neglected. So regardless of what anyone else is doing, you can be aware of how you're feeling and understand when you're not in the ways in which you could be, because you're just not feeling it. You still have to do it, because who's going to if you don't? If you're in charge of making sure that others get things done and your feelings are not aligned today, now what? Right? Everything rests on you. Everybody's looking to you to be the person that has it together, and that day you're not put together. Now what do you do? You're going to want to earmark this episode and save it so you can come back and listen whenever you need it. Whenever you need to feel that motivation, whenever you need to dig in and find something more inside yourself because you have to be showing up and you'd like to show up in a better way, use this as inspiration, because your emotions at the moment are not going to be what helps you get through. It's going to be what makes you want to quit. This process can stand the test of time, because no matter what situation you're in and no matter what you're doing, you don't need to reinvent, find something new to become motivated. You don't need to buy anything new or get that next little hit of anything that you to eat to get you motivated and to get you excited. Because it comes from inside you, that's the best news ever. You're always with yourself. You can use things that you are learning to create a skill that strengthens you each time you need it. You can go to and expound on this skill anytime you use it. I've simplified it into a process that will be extraordinarily valuable to you. And I want you to know that in the beginning, you need inspiration from outside of you. You need to be motivated. You need to listen to something. You need to have affirmations. You need something that you know will get you going and be exciting to you. You need something that clearly can restate and reset and make a clear boundary without rage. In the beginning, when you're becoming aware as a leader or a parent, it has nothing to do with your team or your kids. your poor mood or your lack of motivation and engagement isn't their problem. So if it has nothing to do with your kids and your team, then it has everything to do with you. So how can you, and what I mean by this is when they don't listen, it's not personal. And when it's a moment that you practice patience and you restate a clear boundary without any rage. When mistakes are made, it's not your failure. It's an opportunity to model grace and resilience and tap into the problem solving without that extra layer of an emotional brain taking over and having a breakdown, right? Because our cognitive brain gets hijacked by our emotional brain. So when we move into conflict, you can be there for yourself, to be a calm guide, and invite them to be solutions-based and be calm with you and not get lost in the invitation to be angry. If you listened to the last podcast that I did. In the beginning, you're just barely starting to become aware that I'm upset and this is a me problem, not a them problem. But we wonder, why can't we bring ourselves to not get upset? When we do it once or twice here or there, we're like, oh, see, I can't do it. But when we are in alignment with remaining calm and being present in the conflict and contention, we're like, I love how that went. That felt so good. I really maintained who I was. I kept my emotions down and my intellect was high for that moment. And then we revert back to the way that we were before. Like, why doesn't it stick? So in the beginning, we do not have a go-to pattern of remaining calm yet. We can't unattach our worth to their behavior, right? Our worth as a leader means that they show up well. Our worth as a parent means that they behave well. We're too attached to it. The freedom that we want to feel comes when we are no longer attached and no longer managing, putting too heavy of an emphasis on their actions and their behavior. We're mastering our own mind and staying calm no matter what they act like and no matter how they're performing and behaving. And that's the most powerful act of leadership there is. You are the one reflecting, so you can speak to them in a way that they know how to reflect now. You are the one regulating, so you can speak from a place of calm clarity. You are the one initiating repair because controlling them doesn't work this day and age anymore. It really never did. It's really outdated and it caused so much deep damage when it was happening. Instead, they need to feel our influence. So here's where it starts. For now, because you're a beginner, all you need is to read, listen to, repeat affirmations, and all good things that can bring you into excitement and being empowered. Right now, you need things outside of you to get you motivated and excited. And it's only because you cannot yet generate this feeling on your own, out of nowhere, when you need it. We haven't had the practice yet. So when you're disappointed, when you're frustrated, when you're confused and overwhelmed, all of those negative emotions are blocking your higher way of thinking. That's why you're just like, why can't I do it? I did it yesterday. I stayed really good. Like, why can't I today? It's because you need help to tap into the feelings that create that inspiration and that excitement so you can be that good leader that draws people in, that gets people to cooperate. This motivation and this freedom from not being attached to the output of their behavior is where your decision making and your experiential skill and problem solving, solution generating brain is most available to you, is when you remain calm. All of us could think about times when we were so stressed we forget what the point even was. We're just arguing to argue. When the stress goes away later, we have clear thoughts. We're like, oh, that was it. We've had fights with our spouses where we're yelling at each other and forgetting in that moment that we're in love, and we lose our minds to our emotional reactions. We forget ourselves when we're driving and road rage sets in and our emotions get so high and that intelligence just leaves. When our emotions go up, our intelligence goes down. Sometimes we're doing really great when there's no tension, there's no opposition, everybody's cruising along really great. And when no tension is coming our way, that feels good in our body because we are calm. There's no outside things influencing us to do any differently. It's so easy to be thought out, to feel happier, things are going smoothly, our guards are down, we're at complete ease. But when not everything is going well and we get frustrated, we can't make decisions if we don't stick to who we really are. We shouldn't have to have everything going well all the time in order to remain who we are. In the meantime, what works for you to get calm? What inspires you? What can you listen to that gets you back on track, that taps you into who you really are? You'll need to spend time actively working on observing yourself when you're upset and playing around with what could work to calm you down. How do you access the knowledge that's on the tip of your brain that knows better and that can back down even when you're feeling really awful? When it's really hard to think straight, take note. Try something that works for you and journal about it. Write it down, study yourself, pull it out and read it in those moments where you are just not feeling it. The kids need you, you have to be somewhere, you're going somewhere really important and everybody's got to be really put together. Those times do happen. You're giving a presentation, you're at work and your team needs to perform really well and you're not feeling it. That's going to happen. So in the meantime, take some notes, find out what works, read it, pull it out when you need it, memorize it, because once you lose your brain, you're not going to remember what works for you. We're going to bridge the gap from when your emotional brain takes over and your cognitive brain is no longer available to you. You're going to pull something out that has it already written down. And you're going to be there for yourself to guide yourself through. You're going to have these tools listed, right? Here's your tools. Here's the tool belt. It's all going to come into play. What do you do to get more tools? You notice your emotions. You notice what thoughts work. Listening to what gets you engaged. And you acknowledge when you feel off. I feel off. I feel like this isn't going to work. I need more reserves. I need something that I plan for ahead of time to pull out right now. You need to own your experience. Remember that your intelligence is low when your emotions are high. If you're feeling intense, hold your tongue. Not talking may work for some people. Speaking a truth may work for some people. Those are tools. You get familiar with those tools, you get used to using them. If you are feeling really, really unmotivated and not on top of anything, you need to remember those things. So bridging the gap is using the information that you find about yourself, so you know how to keep yourself supported through these times. You don't have to have a great day and have everything going well for you to keep a clear mind. It's an emotional balance. You just address when you're out of balance. You own the heaviness. You take some radical ownership of how you're overemphasizing the negative. You connect with yourself and allow that emotion to be there. We're not trying to get rid of that emotion. We're not trying to get to happy. We're not trying to get to motivated. We're just going to do it unmotivated, unhappy, disgruntled, and frustrated. The more you talk yourself through this emotion, about the science of it, this is just a chemical reaction. I've invited it into my body with some radical thoughts that I've had and some really intense things that I've been thinking, and allow your body to experience that while you go take care of some things. It will lose its power. Acknowledging that it's there and allowing it to be there lessens its hold on you. When you're not trying to resist it or push against it, you just agree with it being there because it is an intense situation. You think through cognitively and you pull out the paper of tools that work. It makes it go faster. You regain your clarity sooner. You don't spin it in it for a half day, a whole day, or even an hour. You can immediately connect back to yourself as soon as that emotion leaves, which I think the life of an emotion is really 90 seconds. So when you need to be a guide to others, you learn how to guide yourself through this. You understand that there's something going through someone else when it happens. You can't demand that they stop it. Just like, okay, we're upset now. And we access the information that's in our head or the information that's on a paper if we have to, just for now, just while you're a beginner, to do this process of recognizing when we're off, feeling it, taking ourselves into the next space that gets our mind clear. Because a clear mind doesn't need yourself to be feeling good. It knows not to react from that place. It doesn't have to have the perfect circumstances and the perfect numbers to be okay. I want to be clear about something too. If you're listening to this episode and it's the first time you've maybe found me or heard from me, that this process never lets someone get away with stuff. It holds an extreme amount of responsibility for yourself, and it holds the other person responsible for what they're doing as well. Some of you get a little worried and people just like, no, they need to be corrected and they've got to follow instruction and they have to do the thing that I said. And there has to be consequences for what problems they're creating. Yes, your mind is able to make these decisions that benefit everyone involved, not from a place of worry or force or threats or yelling and sleepless nights. It's a way of keeping your wits about yourself so you can listen. You can listen to the way you're feeling, you can listen to the way they're feeling, and you can address what needs to be addressed at the time. It doesn't let people get away with anything. It doesn't mean we're just letting go of all the problems and not holding people or ourselves accountable. It actually holds both of us accountable at the same time. And you can listen to an episode I did a while ago called Good Boundary, Bad Boundary for more instruction on how to hold these boundaries with others. But for this episode, we're going to focus on what we do when we're just not feeling like it. So when you're struggling and it's hard to stay positive and you feel yourself losing grip and all that negativity flows in, the science behind it has been so helpful for so many people. Your body will respond with chemicals. You will get into intense emotions. You will feel it flood through your body. And that makes thinking straight so much harder. Okay, just realize like I can't access my mind right now. I'm not even thinking straight. I need a minute. So I help you create a process for yourself that you respond to because you know yourself best, that bridges that gap for those minutes and that short pause, to not take it into hours of spinning and arguments, and that you can pull out a piece of paper with the information you need or a note on your phone and get right back in. Do not try to do anything to make this go away immediately. Right? That would be like picking up a 25-pound weight and you just keep going about your day. It's going to be awkward. But if you already feel the emotion, it might feel like, okay, I have a 25-pound weight and now I've just got to go do this thing today. And I could be like, oh, I thought it was going to feel great today and I was going to kill it with positivity and impact others and everybody would join me in it. But actually what's happening is I'm going to hold on to this heaviness inside, this awkward weight, because of how intense and negative my thoughts were. And I still need to be who I am to them. I can adjust. I can hold this weight while I still show up as best as I can, just so we don't transfer the weight onto their shoulders, because our issues don't become their issues. They need to feel light and free to perform their best and respond to us well and have access to their higher thinking. And when we put pressure on them, it adds to what they're already dealing with in their own lives and in their own minds. To be a human these days, right? But not pushing against that emotion and trying to make it go away fast dissolves it. It literally loses its power over you when you stay present in decision making and you're calm and you can regulate. It's calming for everyone when you are in the room and you stay regulated. You can pause, take a deep breath, invite everybody to do the same, and hold plenty of space for them and plenty of space for it to happen for everyone. But you have to be able to access your highest thinking, because that is the most valuable place you can be. So the process is to bridge the gap by studying yourself. Write some things down. Don't resist your emotions. Save this and listen to it when you need it, because you're going to want to share it with anyone who comes to your mind. That's how heaven reaches us, is through each other. If you think of someone, they may need this. We want to be the person that heaven can count on. I'm close to releasing Fix It in 5. It's like a reset or reconnect. So when you feel disconnected, it takes about 5 minutes to get back to that brain of yours, to get back to being connected. Because using force to reset is failing more than ever now. Authority feels very hollow when people don't listen. And then we get louder. It won't cost anything. It's just a free Fix It in 5 reconnect for everyone. And I'm so excited to share it with you all. But for now, find out what motivates you, find out how you stay connected, and stay in that clear part of your mind. All right, that's what I have for you today. I love you all. Until next time, bye.